Welcome to the guided tour of Goddard Castle. Here we have the initial port-in area. You can talk to the NPC to be ported to the throne room. And there's a slight delay depending on how many life crystals we have remaining. And that puts us in the throne room. During a siege, there will be an NPC here to port you out of the castle. Currently there is not, so we'll be hoofing it. Here we have the outside. One way in. One of the destroyable walls there. Here's another way in. And of course there's the road coming from the right. And there's the road you can see coming up to the castle. We'll be taking this way in since this is where most of the action happened last weekend. Okay, there you can see the ramp. One of the entrances. And here you can see the destroyable wall. Okay, let's head back inside. And here above us you can see those walls that we were doing pretty good from last week. Very good defensive position up there. Now we'll go down the other side to view the other destructible wall. Here you can see the other pathway in. And here in the corner we have the other destroyable wall. Okay, and then we have the gatekeeper here that will take us back inside. He will be here during the siege as well. And you would choose the option to teleport into the gate. And that would put you here between the two ramps going to the outer walls. And there's the NPC again to take you out if needed. Now this doorway here I believe is blocked during sieges, so you won't have to worry about that. An attacker would normally head up one of these ramps. You can see here a ramp going down. And there's the juts in the wall that we were using nukers and archers on. There's a pathway down, a pathway up, and then there's this shanty at the end that contains one of the life control towers. There's one of these on both sides. It will probably be one of the first locations the enemy would attack to slow our resurrection. After they dispose of the life towers, they would then want to get into the casting rooms. To do so, they would have to use these pathways here. And another destructible wall here. And down at the end, you can see the casting room. I can't go through this way since it's a destroyable wall. We can't attack it when we're not in siege, so we'll take the long way around. We drop down from the wall. And here we see the destroyable wall right at the base of the ramp. And then we have another doorman to go to the inside of the castle. Teleport in. And that would put us here in a stairwell that runs around the castle, or the throne room rather. Here's the little pathway to go into the throne room. So we'll use the stairwell, which can take you all the way from the basement up to the casting room level. We'll go up to the casting rooms. And here we are at the casting room level. But there you can see the ramp on the outside wall. And there's the inner wall that would need to be broken down. I'll swing back around here. There it is. Now they would need to break down this wall in order to get to this area. And once they come through there, they would come down this way into the casting room. The casting room itself is surrounded on three sides by a walkway attackers or defenders can use to their advantage. And here's one of the casting icons. There's one on both sides of the castle. If you've seen one side of the castle, you've seen them both. It's a mirrored setup, meaning both sides are the exact same. And again, you can see some of the wall up there. Attackers or defenders could use to defend the room. There's the stairwell we came up behind us, and another stairwell going up. This would put us about in the center of the castle here. You see the throne room down that little ramp behind me. And over here, we have the initial landing in front of the front door. There you can see the front doors. Nukers or archers could use this outcropping to attack forces coming into the castle up the ramps, or on the landing directly below us. You can see three openings leaving this area, one to the ring above the throne room, and one to each side that goes out onto the casting room wall. This area here is very important. It is where the last life crystal is located, as as well as the respawn for defenders. If the enemy gets in here, they can nuke down on us and really ruin our day. Not to mention killing the life crystals would slow us immensely. You can see the throne directly below me. And here are one of the ramps on either side of the throne. You can see that they come up to that ring. And then you can see in the distance there are the small doors on either side of the room to go into that stairwell that runs along the sides. Let's head back up to the ring around the upper area of the throne room. Here would be the area between the two casting rooms. It would probably be about the last line of defense for us when we're defending, as we could control and possibly kill any cresters, clan leaders. This would be their last stop. Here you can see one casting icon. You see these ramps here to my left. They're pretty much useless during a siege. They go up to the worm area. Here we can see the other casting icon, as well as the walkway a little better. If we run over here to the end of the walkway, and to the left, there's a small opening. Again, attackers or defenders could use to drop down into the cresting area. There you see the destructible wall down there that they would use to access the area. And here there's another path to get onto that other wall. It goes behind that little ramp there. Now this alleyway back here would take you to the side doors that go directly outside the castle. And once you would drop out of here, you're not able to get back in, so be sure about what you're doing. And here you can see the ramp. You would just run up that and drop off. And here we have what I believe is the east exit from the castle. And there's a small path right here that you would use to get down. And there you can see the throne below me and the two ramps coming up. And here again, in case you missed it the first time, we have the landing and the front door right below us. There's 3 exits from here again, one to either casting area wall or to the throne room. And there you can see the outer wall, one of the destructible walls. And of course it's mirrored, so if we go to the other side, we see the same thing, one of the destructible walls. Using the throne room as kind of a compass, you see it right here. There's the throne. Here we're on one of the walls going into the casting rooms with that destructible fence that the attackers would use to gain access. Of course it's closed right now, so we can't get to the wall from this spot. We would have to take the stairwell. It's a pretty straightforward stairwell. There's no real side exits or nooks and crannies to get hung up in. It's either up or down. And again, it goes from the casting room level all the way down to the throne room and then down to the basement. And here we've arrived at the throne room level. There's this side exit to go out to the outer walls, or you can go to the right up into the throne room. And again, using the throne room as a compass, you would head directly east or west to get to the exits to the outer walls. And here you can see the ramp up to the other wall, and you can see the destructible wall here. Once they break through the doors, this is a good spot. We always used to hide healers, BDs, SWSs, things that wouldn't be doing range damage. And you wouldn't be able to be hit from the bottom if you were standing back in there. So it's a good hiding spot once they're through the doors, and you're still defending at the ramps. Again, this area would be shut